do you know that by the close of trade yesterday, the Treasury yields, which was at 19% at the opening, beginning of the day, had dropped to 16%. So investors, wherever you go to, we are waiting for you. I guess that's it. So while the NGX is going down at this time, profit taking, people are selling off their stocks to get bolder in the fixed income space. The yields there are now reducing, so you might have to come back to the NGX, just maybe depending on your risk appetite. Yeah, all right. So I think we have Ladibelo now. He has some numbers. Should be able to crunch them together and tell us if really we did so well with our Eurobond in 2023. Hi, Ladibelo. Good morning from Access Bank, fixed income dealer.
Hi, good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so a government official reached out to me yesterday to say, oh, our Eurobond did so well. The yield hit 25% in 2023. I'll believe you more. You have the numbers. How did we do last year?
So in terms of the yields, yes, we did hit all-time highs. But what we should be looking at going into this year is the ability to sustain our debt in the foreseeable future. As we all know, we have sub-Saharan African countries who have issued Eurobonds in recent times, namely Benin Republic, as well as Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast floated their Eurobond across 2 maturities, and they were able to clear the longest tenor at around 8.25%, getting an overwhelming subscription at around 8 billion. But they were only comfortable selling 2.6 billion across the 2 maturities. When you look at Benin as well, these are both of them Francophone nations. So their Eurobonds are usually denominated in euros. This time around, they're denominated in USD. That's why they were partly able to garner more interest from some offshore parties. Benin has been fairly resilient in terms of the pace of its borrowing, and it's also a strong name within the SSA space, though a slightly lower credit rating when you compare it to Ivory Coast. But going into this year, we expect Nigeria to also float Eurobond issuances to roll over its existing obligations, and we are very confident that we'll be able to clear these rates at significantly low single-digit levels.
But now that we see domestic investors in Nigeria very thirsty, do you see the government going to Europe? That's more expensive. It just hikes our rates, our debts.
No, like I said before, I think we're able to raise these Eurobond issuances at single-digit levels. I'm sure you're aware of the NTB auction that was printed on Wednesday, which closed around 19%, which, like you rightfully said, has an effective yield of very close to 25%. So in terms of the debt burden, it's actually a bit cheaper now looking at the curve to float some of these debts in USD. And obviously, it's always good to balance your portfolio as we have USD receivables as a nation that's abundant with energy resources.
All right, Ladibelo, fixed income dealer with Access Bank. Thank you so much for your views this morning.